Good evening, good evening, good evening. We are so excited that you are here with us tonight. We are so excited that you're here with us tonight. I want you first off to give yourselves a hand for coming out and being so beautiful. Good evening, family, and welcome to the return of the Women Gather here at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. We are so thankful that you made it out tonight. We're thankful that you're bringing your energy into the house. And in honor of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful event, we want to just be grateful. We want to be thankful. We want to bring in all the great and positive and beautiful energy of spoken word and poetry and music. We're excited to have this event back here at the Civil Rights Institute. This year, we honor the original woman who gathered, the late Evelyn Dilworth Williams, a founding creative for the Women Gather. Her family joins us here tonight. And so we'll have a chance this evening to hear from them. But a little bit about our late Mrs. Evelyn Dilworth Williams. Mrs. Evelyn Dilworth Williams was a poet, author, motivational speaker. She was also a retired certified secondary school teacher, guidance counselor, and master facilitator of parenting education. She was a graduate of Miles College and a graduate of the University of Alabama at Birmingham, Graduate School of Education and Guidance and Counseling, with additional study in family counseling. She was a certified parenting facilitator by Active Parenting Publishers of Atlanta, Georgia. Miss Evelyn Dilworth Williams was the author of Panola, My Kinfolk's Land, Morning Promises, and My Evening Songs, Polishing the Apples, children's poetry, Pass It On, Echoes and Shadows, and numerous historical monologues. We are here tonight to honor her memory. We're here tonight to bring her spirit into the room with us. So we are very honored and happy to do this and to bring back the Women Gather. Now, this year's showcase is a two-part celebration with a 15-minute intermission. And keeping with the spirit of reverence, we have a few housekeeping reminders. Just a few, not too many. So, tonight, we will ask for you to please refrain from eating and drinking in the space. We welcome photography, but for the sake of the artist, please refrain from using flash photography. As always, filming and streaming are prohibited. This event tonight is live on Facebook and also on the BCRI's YouTube page. This showcase, again, is live on Facebook, so please share it. Please check in, share, okay? And it's also on YouTube, so share that as well. During intermission, we'll feature comments from folks presented here tonight, so please be mindful that we will still be broadcasting. We'd like for you to get familiar with the restrooms. They are out that breezeway and to the left and also to the right. We also ask that you honor the seating reserved for our artists. Okay, so we really want you to respect that. Thank you. And as we continue to fight COVID and all the variations of COVID, we ask that you be considerate and respectful of other people with masks or those that are not wearing a mask tonight, just being safe. So, again, thank you so much for coming out to the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute and joining us for tonight's event, The Women Gather. So, we're going to go right into our very first presentation. Tonight, to open up tonight's event, we're going to start with Miss Ruby Archie. Now, Miss Ruby Archie is the granddaughter of the, I'm sorry, sister. Miss Ruby Archie, and we're going to have some levity in here tonight because I like to laugh. So just get ready to be there with me. Okay, so Miss Ruby Archie is the sister of Miss Evelyn Dilworth Williams. So we're honored to have her here with us tonight, and she is going to be the first speaker for tonight's event, The Women Gather. Miss Ruby.
Baby boy. She was his second daughter,
her granddaughter.
father's pride and joy. Somebody's love.
Good evening. My name is Kendall Williams. I am the granddaughter of Evelyn Dilworth Williams. Alongside with my aunt, Ruby Archie, we will be reading I Sing.
I sing. My gratitude is in the song I sing. All that you give pleasure it brings.
Lord, I sing my song to thee. Lord, I sing. Lord, I sing.
The melody is heard with the heart. Lord, the song will never depart.
Lord, I sing my song to thee. Lord, I sing. Lord, I sing.
My faith is in thee, the song that I sing, for your precious blood is everlasting.
Lord, I sing my song to thee. Lord, I sing. Lord, I sing.
Comfort comes when I sing praises to thee. Knowing you are there, set my spirit free.
Lord, I sing my song to thee. Lord, I sing. Lord, I sing.
Lord, I sing. I sing to thee with honor. Lord, I sing. I sing to thee with praises. I sing to glorify thy name. I sing to rejoice and sing again. Lord, I sing. I sing to thee with honor. Lord, I sing. I sing to thee with praises. I sing to glorify thy name. I sing to rejoice and praise again. Lord, I sing, Lord, I sing. I sing to thee with honor. I sing to thee with praises. Lord, I sing. Good evening. My name is Priscilla Hancock Cooper, and I've been given the honor by the family of also sharing in this tribute to Evelyn Dilworth Williams, not my sister by blood, but my sister in love. Uh, if you do, Miss Williams, she walked with warmth, wit, and wisdom, and she had a wonderful sense of humor. So as I was looking at her poems and contemplating what we're dealing with now with gas prices, this poem seemed most appropriate, and it's called A Cup of Coffee. A cup of coffee costs a nickel. I paid and wished for more. Down in my belly it tickles, jump starting from ceiling to floor. Returning thoughts of similar pay, the price changed to a dime. But it costs us coffee day, no matter if it differs from other times. Seemingly, the price changed again. A cup of coffee is now a quarter. Bought it and used the sipping plan, savoring the contents in pouring order. Puzzled yet, another change. A cup of coffee costs 50 cents, and the flavor isn't rearranged, paid as if I owned money mints. But now there's a cry for help. A cup of coffee costs $1. I drank it slowly as I wept. Change again, and I'm gonna holler. From a nickel to a dime, from a dime to a quarter, from a quarter to 50 cents, from 50 cents to $1. A cup of coffee is $1 plus. Yet I sip while I make a fuss.
Now, we love that because everybody in here, well, most people in here probably do drink coffee. But let me give you a little bit of background. So, the beautiful woman that just left the mic, you know who she is, right? Who knows her? Raise your hand if you know who she is. All right. So, for those who don't know who she is, let me just tell you a little bit. Okay. She's got this great long bio, but we're not going to go through all of it because it'll take all night. Priscilla Hancock Cooper is the director of the Alabama African American Civil Rights Heritage Sites Consortium, a collaboration of 20 civil rights sites in Montgomery, Birmingham, Selma, and the Black Belt. She assumed this role after retiring as the vice president of institutional programs at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. This was back in 2017. She served as BCRI interim president and CEO from 2014 to 2015. And while here, she launched the Women Gather. So if you didn't know why we have this event is really the brainchild of Priscilla Hancock Cooper. So let's give her a hand. And at this time, we're going to bring up to the microphone Miss Ruby Archie again for another piece.
Again, and her granddaughter, Kendall Williams.
Now we will be reading The Journey Together from County Road 35, Poetic Echoes of the Wind. The Journey Together. Well, my sisters and brothers, I have a question that plagues my soul and can't be answered by any others. What happened to the journey? We have always journeyed together, now on a self-corrosive path alone, stepping towards obscure eternity.
The African Desperio together, stolen out of Africa together, captured together, chained together, enslaved together, auctioned off together, stripped of self-identity together, labeled as 3/5 human together, counted with livestock together, worked from kin to kin together, slaughtered on the journey together, resurrected hope together, lashes on our backs together, denied the printed page together, raped by others together, freed on paper together, the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments together, named less than humans together, sharecropped together, limited no property together, slaughtered on the journey together, resurrected hope together, lived in shanties together, mourned Emmett Till and others together, denied civil human rights together, paid low wages together, disenfranchised together, drank colored water together, maimed by hoses and dogs together, sat in the back of the bus together, mourned 4 little girls and others together, slaughtered on the journey together, resurrected hope together, mourned Dr. King and others together, scantily educated together, last hired and first fired, deprived of affirmative action together, institutionally discriminated against together, slaughtered on the journey together, resurrected hope together.
Well, my sisters and brothers, I still have a question that plagues my soul and can't be answered by any others. What happened to the journey? We have always journeyed together. Now we are on a self-corrosive path alone, stepping towards an obscured eternity.
An American outcome together, created communities together, supported each other together, helped raise our children together, borrowed from each other together, just a cup of sugar, prayed, sang, and danced together, even played bid whiz together, fought Jim Crow together, boycotted, marched, and protested together, held fast to nonviolence together.
And now, and now, and now,
Abandoned family obligations together, killing the other at an unparalleled rate together, filling prison walls together, dropping out of high school together, doping out together, bashing a brother and a sister together, closing hands and hearts to a brother and a sister together, embracing materialistic values together.
Dishonoring our heritage, struggling together, walking away from the journey together. Well, my sisters and brothers, I still have a question. Have we? Have we? Have we forgotten our journey together? That question still plagues my soul and can't be answered by any others. We must answer that question together. Together,
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 together.
together. Thank you.
And the whole purpose of the Women Gather is together, being together, sharing our voices, our stories, bringing together our families and our communities. We're here, we're doing this together. So before we go on to our next poet, I just would like for you to put your phones on silent. I don't know if I said that. Silent, please, and no flash photography, but silent, please. And don't forget, we are live on Facebook and we are live on YouTube. Our next poet to come to the microphone tonight will be Dr. G. Gabrielle Jones Mason. Now, let me tell you a little something about Dr. G. I think this is so awesome. Okay, so I like Dr. G. I like the name that sticks. Dr. G is a native of Birmingham, Alabama, who is noted as a director, playwright, novelist, and professor. Okay, professor. So, Dr. G. Currently, Dr. G is adapting to new theatrical endeavors, which include, but they are not limited to, a residency in directing artists, acting in the performance, and also she is says here she's also writing a script for a novel, her novel entitled Diary of a Divorcee. So she's an author, she's an actress, she's a playwright, she's a novelist, she's a professor. So we are very excited and happy to have graced the microphone with us tonight, Dr. G.
If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn this world upside down all alone, then we women ought to be able to turn it back right side up. Sojourner Truth, women who write. Somebody done walked off with all my stuff. Hey man, I need my stuff. This is a woman's trip. And what are you gonna do with something with no value? Najaki Shange, women who write. As I looked in the mirror, who did I see? A woman who writes, looking back at me. I am Dr. Gabrielle Jones Mason, professor, writer, and director. And this is a creative excerpt focused around the empowerment of women who write. Please enjoy. I'm not the person that you have to worry about. Yet and still, diverse audiences look for people like us. We are women who write. My head is constantly thinking of a better way to write, whether it's creative, dramatic, comedic, academic, or even spiritual. You see, women who write, we don't wear a mask. Instead, we use our gifts for all occasions. So whether you relish in the classics such as Antigone, or you laugh with the comedy of Judy Ann Mason, feel the emotional need to connect on a theological level with Sarah Jakes, or be inspired by Chasing Life with Michelle Obama, we are all women who write. I once heard that if you do not use your gift, then you will lose your gift, which means that women who write must continue to take a different path. This path might not make you a millionaire. It might not answer all of your life's questions, but yet, even from a mustard seed, there is still hope. There is need for women who write to encourage our next generation. Encouragement does not mean to dictate or judge.
It is simply another way to communicate expectation, to inspire dreams, and to keep traditions alive. Adapting to the culture through writing ensures that our younger generation of females understands our past. They are consistently aware of their present decisions that can support or destroy their future, and also be prepared for life, which might not be a crystal stair. And as women, this is the ultimate task that we must strive to accomplish. As I look in the audience, what do I see? Women who motivate, educate, mentor, inspire, all looking back at me. Thank you once again. My name is Dr. Gabrielle Jones, and I am a professor, the writer, and the director.
All right, Dr. G. Okay. I think you made an impression, Dr. G. All right. We are so excited to keep moving on this evening. So, coming up next, I'm sorry. We're so excited to be rolling on this evening. Our next poet will be Laura Mama Mojo Secord. But before Mojo Mama, hold it. Wait a minute, hold up, Mojo Mama. Now, Mojo Mama, let me tell you a little something about Mojo Mama. Okay. Because we got to figure out what that mojo. You got mojo? You got mojo? You do?
Yes, I do.
You got mojo? Oh my goodness. All right. So let's check it out. Let's see what we got here. So our Mojo Mama, okay, is a poet, writer, teacher, and artist. She earned her MFA in creative writing from Sierra Nevada University. She has worked as a printer, union organizer, healthcare activist, teacher, sex educator, nurse practitioner in community health and HIV care. So she has been in the community, in the trenches. So you do have some mojo. You got some, little bit. I dare say it might be this much mojo. Okay. So right now we're gonna bring to the mic. We're gonna bring to the mic our Mojo Mama.
With this thing. If you'll just help me string this up on the other side. I've got something to hang up, and it comes right around the front. No. Oh, okay. And then it comes, this one goes around there. Okay. This piece that I am hanging up is a quilt made by my dear friend Eleanor Davis. And I'm going to read a poem today. I picked this poem because when I was thinking of Evelyn Dilworth, Sister Evelyn, who brought us all together and made us feel so good being together, I tried to think of a poem that I had that would speak to that spirit, although it does not mention her. And also, the two poems I'm going to do both took place around the pandemic. This first poem that is illustrated in the quilt took place the day before we declared a national lockdown. And my friend Eleanor and I had volunteered to sit with the Lynch quilts at UAB. I don't know if you know about the Lynch quilt exhibit, but it is an artistic exhibit of quilts built in different communities to elevate the lives of lynching victims. And especially came from the story of Laura Nelson, who with her son was lynched in Oklahoma in the early 1900s. And so we were sitting with the quilts, not knowing that the next day the whole country was going to shut down, but having this feeling. And that moment to me meant so much. So I wrote a poem about it, and the poem is illustrated by the quilt. And Eleanor Davis, when she gifted me with this quilt, she said she had a vision that I would read this poem and the quilt would be displayed at the same time. And it's happening. So Eleanor, if you're watching on YouTube, this is for you. Gallery sitting the Lynch quilts before COVID lockdown. Quilts, red and black, comforters against white violence and black terror surround us. Outside's a dark noon. Cold rain beats the glass. Branches bend with rough winds. This space is gallery bright, and we are old, old friends with needles, thread, and hoops. We sit on benches spread with colored thread, sewing our Lynch quilt squares. We are white and black. Our bent heads are glowing bright, your salted pepper and my buttered white, surrounded by historical violence and emotional turmoil. We bend over scraps of fabric, embroidering against the cold. I've been sick for 3 weeks and it's not like a cold. And the news warns of spreading pandemic threads. We honor a safety and distance as our minds bend, sensing the grip of a coming whirlwind. White tufted fabric, sewn with button and beads, surround Laura Nelson and cushion her anguish in celestial bright. Our eyes lift to a quilt built from bright red, black, and white, hanging, cold reminders, victims, perpetrators, bystanders surround us. The angel you're sewing wants beautiful thread to lift Laura's baby, lost victim of white devastation, her story unfinished from the river's bend. Yet there's a comfort in long friendship. I bend and hunt through skeins of colored bright till I find a twist of orchid floss. White and brown we converse, knowing some ugly and cold unknown lies ahead. I toss you my purple thread. Bleak past, unsure future, yet solace surrounds us. As elders create simple squares, surrounded by art and soft tufted fabrics, we bend, do women's work, weave threads with faith in the power of quilts. No bright designs can wrap us safe against the cold upheaval and loneliness ahead. We leave the white galleries bright, cold rain in streetlight white. We gaze deep, surround hearts with arms, then bend, knotting our threads. Thank you. Thank you, and I hope the illustration really illustrated the story. A beautiful, beautiful work by Eleanor Davis. And I have one short poem left. And during the pandemic, so much happened. And one of the things we remember happening is the huge resistance to the death of George Floyd and what happened in Birmingham when we tried to bring the monument down. I watched them take the monument down on a cam that was set up on CBS News for hours that night. And I wrote this poem about it. It's called Bringing the Monument Down. Birmingham, Alabama. April 26, 1905. They placed this tower, made clear who'd wield the power in this new town. White, erect, it seized the ground. May 31st, 2020. The people tried to pull it down. Ropes and chains and cries of pain failed to topple supremacy's idol. Not protest tags or broken glass or flame. June 1st, 2020. Curfews darkened silence. A flatbed hearse awaits. Above magnolia trees, two men work to ablate the symbol looming to curse the non-white race. White man with pry bar, huge crane, chisel in hand, a young black man, curly beard, hard hat, and Rona mask works to loosen the capstone. He makes his last chip. The obelisk twists away. No song, no celebration, no comrades to cheer. A sole brown witness with chisel stands his ground as the tower of Jim Crow power in swaddled straps drops from sky to waiting ground. A singular witness staring as repression's pinnacle swings. He dislodged it. Silent fist pump. For that moment, his spirit sings. Thank you. Thank you, and I hope I had a little mojo tonight. Thank you so much.
I think she has some mojo. Okay. I think she gave us all a little sprinkling of mojo. So before we go on any further tonight, I know that we have some special guests in the audience. We want to take time and let you know that they're here. We have a few special guests because tonight we're honoring who? We're honoring Evelyn Dilworth Williams. Okay. We are honoring Mrs. Evelyn Dilworth Williams, a wife, a mother, a grandmother. And tonight we have her family members in the audience. And at this time, I would like for them to stand so we can acknowledge, show some praise to you. So we thank you for allowing your loved one to give us her energy. We appreciate you. We appreciate everything that you have sacrificed by giving her to us and her energy, her talent, and her strength. Thank you so much. And as we go forward, we're going to get ready to bring up Miss Kabibi Jones. Now, yeah, we got some clapping over here. Go ahead. Okay. So now I know you've heard the name Kabibi Jones before. I'm sure you've heard that name. So if you haven't, let me get you caught up to speed. Kabibi is the owner and operator of Becoming Stars Vocal Academy. So if you're interested in children singing, this is the place. This is the woman you want to talk to. They are a nonprofit organization dedicated to the building and repairing of self-esteem and Black and Brown girls through musical arts. The program affords elementary to high school girls a social and music mentorship program. So we are all dealing with the voice because tonight it is about the voice. The Women Gather is all about the power of the voice, the energy of the voice, and the range and spectrum of our voices as one. Right now, I'd like for you to welcome Miss Kabibi Jones.
Microphone on the axis.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all today? Today, so far for me has been.
Hello, hello.
Can you hear? There we go. There we go. There we go. Today, so far for me, has been wonderful. Has been an excellent. I'm gonna come over a little bit closer, and y'all give me just 1 second. These are the prizes. Okay, so yes, I'm Kabibi, and I've had a wonderful day. I pray that you've had the same. And if you have not thus far, then here it goes. And she did introduce me, so thank you. And next to me is not only my best friend, but she's also the assistant director for Becoming Stars Vocal Academy. And in honor of Women's History Month, we're going to sing, to me, was one of the theme songs for us as women. And before we start, I want to tell you a quick little story that I knew what song myself and Miss AJ were going to perform tonight, but my students didn't know. And one of my students, who I hadn't really had the privilege of working with just yet, she was like, "Hey, Miss Kabibi," because I told her what the program was about. And she says, "I don't know if you heard this song before. It's this song that I like, and it's called I'm Every Woman." Bless her heart, right? But let me tell you why it blessed me so much, because I had already chosen this song for myself and Miss AJ to sing weeks ago. And then God confirmed that that was the song that should have been sung by this sweet darling, telling me that she loves the song, wants to sing it. Not only did she say that, I told her, I said, guess what? That's what we're already going to be singing. So it got even better after that. Well, she says, well, what if I danced? Yes, ma'am, you can dance. We believe in giving our youth every single opportunity that comes our way. I get asked to sing so many places now, and the first thing I do is say, well, what about my girls?
Absolutely.
Okay, so are we ready yet? Okay, well, Miss AJ, you ready to have some fun?
Let's go.
Y'all ready to have some
Yes,
fun?
let's go.
Let's do this. Ooh. And you can turn me up just a little bit more. The music, yeah. There we go. Whatever you want, whatever you need, anything you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally. 'Cause I'm every woman. It's on me. It's on me. Yeah. Y'all ready? Come on. Crank us up a little bit more. Yeah. We finna party a little bit, women. Come on. Hey. Y'all ready? Here we go. Come on. Say, I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can reach your thoughts right now. Everyone from A to Z. Oh, oh, oh. Here we go. I can catch the spell, secrets you can tell. Make a special groove inside of you. Anytime you're feeling danger or fear, instantly I will appear. Every woman, it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. Oh, oh, oh. Taking centuries like cradle to the sea, and I can make right my confusion in your mind. And when it comes down
love. That's what I've got. Baby, I've got. It's all in me. Anything you want, done, baby, I do it naturally. I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can reach your thoughts right now. Everyone from A to Z. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, friend, 'cause I'm the one. Just ask me. Woo, and it shall be done. Don't bother to come back. 'Cause I got it. I've got it. I'm every woman. Come on. I'm every woman. I'm every woman. I'm every woman. I'm every woman. We hear y'all. I'm every woman. I'm every woman. I'm every woman. Oh, I'm every woman. Let me hear you. Come on. You better sing now. I'm every woman. Keep it going, y'all. I'm every woman. Come on. I'm every woman. I'm every woman. Yes. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And all we can say is the women gather. Give yourselves a hand just for being here tonight. Wow. So we had some mojo sprinkled on us. Okay. Then we turn around. We got history. We got Miss Priscilla Hancock Cooper giving us all his history. We have the history of Miss Evelyn Dilworth. We have history. We got family. We got music. We have song. We have word. We have sound, and we have power tonight. Okay, that's exactly what we have, and we're going to keep that moving tonight. Because next up, I know you know this person. I know you've seen her on social media, seen her doing workshops. She does a lot of work with healing through word. Tell you, you know who she is. Next, we have coming to the mic. Miss Salam Green. But before she comes up, she read. Hold it. Before she comes up, let me tell you a little bit more about her, because she does these workshops. I first met her years ago over at Urban Ministry, and she was doing some writing on healing, and she was giving out journals, and it was such a peaceful, calm session. And I was like, oh, I got to remember her. That's how I met you. But let me tell you a little bit more about her real quick here. Award-winning poet, master healer, witnessing practitioner, creator of What Black People Want You to Know, and founder of Literary Healing Arts, LLC. Literary Healing Arts, LLC. So we're talking about words, sound, and power. Okay. Tonight, I want you to help me welcome to the mic Salam Green.
Wow, wow, wow. I was with that we're every woman. I had all some thoughts. I was like, yes, it's all here. And I tell people when I do workshops, the best thing is to be a Southern Black woman. I know you want to be one. I know you want to be one, even if you're not. Oh, thank you to the for inviting me, and thank you so much to this beautiful roster that I'm just on, and thank you so much to the family tonight as we're honoring beautiful, beautiful spirit. You know, we need joy as we need air. We need love as we need water. We need each other as we need the earth we share. Maya Angelou. I ask us as we sit today to press pause on the world and rest, grounding into the earth. Press, pause, and rest. Breathe into your chest. Press, pause, and listen. Listen, and then there's the sun, the moon, and rest. Who dreamed you here? Who dreamed you here? What is a dream? Who is a dream? Where are the dreamers? Dreamers are the ones who have ideas and have conceived a vision. So who dreamed you here? Who dreamed you here? Who dreamed you here? You see, I am the dream of my grandmother's thick thighs. I am the dream of her voice. I am the dream of how she self-soothed me as a baby. I am the dream of her vision that she conceived. I am the dream that saved me. So who dreamed you here? This is a poem about the liberated, bearing witness to those who fought to be liberated for their own liberation. Freedom from limits on thought or behavior. You see, freedom is what others may choose to give you, but liberation is what you choose to give yourself. See, they can give you freedom papers, 2 weeks of vacation, limited travel, but liberation is when you walk out the door and no longer come back. Liberation is Harriet Tubman. You see, this is a poem about church, not the steeple and the tithing basket, but the church of the holy, living, liberated people. The real church. The church that replaces pews with chairs that encircle one another, putting the bodies of humanity beside each other. The church that practices grace without guilt and allows the anxious to relinquish their anguish, to fall in the arms of love, accountability, and lavish in the omnipresence of repentance. This is a poem about who dreamed you here. This is a poem about tending the roots of our pain, uprooting the wounds of our shame, reclaiming the power of our name, being set free from every one of our chains. And you ask why? Because they expect us to have no joy, to seek to only survive when we were made to thrive. But we choose to fully live and not die. So we practice joy each day, frying thick cut bacon with the fat around the rim, boiling water for our grits, adding rich butter in the middle, cutting up leaves of soft kale, and picking green pears from the top of country trees. So we practice joy each day, soaking beans and covering them on top of brown rice, skipping across deep rain puddles and talking to the sun as if it was our mothers. So we practice joy each day, washing our faces with Noxzema, tenderly nurturing our heartache by whispering, I love you. So we practice joy each day, naming ourselves morning and bidding everyone a very good day because they expect us to have no joy, to seek to only survive when we were made to thrive, but we choose to live and to not die. Because freedom is what others may decide to give you, but liberation is what you choose to give yourself. This poem is about tending the roots of all our pain, uprooting the wounds of all our shame, reclaiming the power of each and one of our names, being set free from every one of our chains, liberated from every one of our chains. So who dreamed you here? Liberation is she. Liberation is her name. Liberation is me. Thank you.
Liberation. That is a good word to move towards. Liberating the mind, the body, and the spirit. So, what are we getting liberated from? Ignorance, poverty of the mind, poverty of the self. What are we liberating ourselves from? Okay. So, when women gather, we pour into each other and we do actually liberate each other. Thank you so much, Salam. Now we're going to go on to the next presentation tonight. Now you had a little bit of a taste earlier because everybody was in here singing what? What was you singing? Go ahead. One more time. Uh-huh. All right. Now, Kabibi Jones introduced us to that I'm Every Woman. And she's also the what? The founder of what? What's the name of the program that she created? It was for the audience. Anyway, what's the name of her organization? What is it called? Becoming what? All right. So guess what? You are in for a treat because you get to pick from some of the fruit from this program. Up next, we have Becoming Stars Vocal Academy.
Today we're gonna be singing a little song for y'all called "Hang On." So are y'all ready? All right, let's go. How you gonna smile when you see my hope is lost? Tell me what you gonna do when you need a little more grace, yeah. How you gonna respond when they try to test your faith? Hang on in there. Hang on in there. What you gonna do when your back's against the wall? How you gonna smile when you see my hope is lost? Tell me what you gonna do when you need a little more grace, yeah. How you gonna respond when they try to test your faith? Hang on in there. Hang on in there. What you gonna do when your strength gets a little weak? What song you gonna sing when you're feeling incomplete? Tell me what you gonna do when you're trying almost sleep. What you gonna do when you sing you lose your grip? Hang on in there. Hang on in there. Have you ever felt so bad that you want to lay in bed all day? Yes. But you know what you gotta do? What we gotta do? You gotta put your mindset to where you want it to be. Just believe in God. You just gotta know that God will always have you. But anyway, let's get back to these amazing singers. Anyway, bye y'all. Hang on in there, hang on in there, hang on in there, hang on in there, hang on. Oh, hang on in there, hang on in there, hang on in there, hang on in there, hang on. Oh, hang on in there, hang on in there, hang on in there, hang on in there. Hang on in there. Hang on in there. Hang on in there. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. My goodness. Let me tell you, hang on in there. Yes. So we have had so much put on us tonight. We have had Mojo and we hanging on in there. We got strength of words. We got all of this in us tonight. We are full. We are absolutely full, but we are not done. How about that? Right now, we're going to take a brief intermission. And when I say brief, I mean a brief intermission because I'm so excited to get back to our program tonight. We're going to take a brief intermission, and I want to invite you to have some of our refreshments. I want to invite you to talk to some of our artists. I want to invite you to meet someone that is new to you before you leave here tonight. I want to invite you to just enjoy this little break and bask in the energy of tonight's performances. We're going to take a 15-minute break and we'll be back to finish up the Women Gather.
Well, good evening, everyone. We are here live at the Women Gather 2022. As we see here, we are currently in a brief intermission, and we just kind of want to start talking to people. Do you mind if you want to be on the Facebook Live? Oh, yeah. Well, we are on Facebook Live with our MC, the hostess with the mostest, Miss Una Ariel. Miss Ariel, how are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm honored to be here tonight. I'm honored to be the MC tonight. This is a great event, bringing it back after COVID. You know, since we've been gone for a minute, now we're back with the Women Gather. So this is really awesome. We got a full house. We've got a full house. If you take a look at this crowd over here, just check this out back here. We have a full house. We're encouraging people to like, follow, share, and support BCRI.
Thank you so much. So as you all see, we are here, we are live, we are currently enjoying the fellowship going on here. As you all know, we see you guys here on the Facebook. We see you all here in the Facebook comments, also in the YouTube comments. Hi, Moya. We are live. We are live. We're asking about how you feel so far with the first half of the Women Gather. First ever back since 2019. How we feeling? Absolutely. Thank you so much. Ready?
Congratulations on the union.
Excuse me.
On this break.
We are this year's the Women Gather 2022. And Miss Michelle, she's also one of our education coordinators here at the Institute. So Miss Michelle, now that we've been planning this for Lord knows how long, how are you feeling?
I feel good. It's actually turning out really, really well. You know, whenever you do these kinds of events, you feel a little nervous or apprehensive about what's going to happen, but it is turning out quite beautifully. The kids stole the show, and so I'm so happy that we're passing this torch as Ms. Cooper requested that we do. So I'm glad we have a wide range of ages, genres, the whole nine. So we're having a great time here.
So what do you want to at least give people like a heads up on the second half? How are we feeling? Is the second half?
We have dancing, we have more singing, we have more performances of poetry, and we have a surprise. So you gotta stay till the end.
Yes.
The gift shop is open.
Oh, well,
I
that's
just found out.
Oh, the gift shop is open.
The gift shop is open.
And
The gift
also,
shop is open.
We need to make an announcement.
Yeah, you didn't make that announcement.
Hello.
and we are here with one of our performers that's coming in the second half, opening our second half, Miss Shirley Farrell. Miss Shirley, how are you feeling so far?
I'm feeling fantastic. Absolutely great. Yes, because the Women Gather has returned.
Yes.
Yes.
So what were your thoughts on the first half?
I loved it. I love the fact too that there were so many younger women this time. That's something we were kind of pushing before the shutdown. So we realized we're aging out. And I say we because I'm one of the ones from the very beginning. But we know that there is a wealth of talent out there, and I'm just so happy. You know, several kids that I claim as my babies have already been on the stage tonight as a part of a group or singular. And yes, that makes me feel very happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Civil Rights Institute for bringing the Women Gather back.
Yes. Thank you so much, Miss Farrell. We'll see you in the second half.
Hey.
You're interviewing me on the camera. find my life. All right. We are here live with one of our performers, our poets, Miss D. Smith. Miss D, thank you so much for returning. So much for returning for this first women gathering, like 3 years. So how are you feeling so far?
Let me tell you, I am super excited. I'm ready. I've been missing the stage, and I know the stage has been missing me. Now, the Women Gather, we originally started some years ago with Priscilla Hancock Cooper and a few others that are going on in the past. We have some of the original artists, as we call ourselves, that's performing tonight as well. And it's good. It's good. It's a good feeling to get back to the sisters, hold hands, laugh, cry just a little bit, and have fun on stage as the Women Gather.
So with this first half, which was amazing, how are you feeling so far?
Emotionally overwhelmed.
Yeah.
With happiness. How about that?
That's good. So do you want to say something or a thing or two to our virtual audience who's joining us via Facebook and YouTube?
Sure, absolutely. What I would like to say is, ladies, we are our sisters' keepers. No matter what is going on, we need to start reaching out to one another. You see somebody down, it's okay. Don't pass by. My thing is, stop passing by our sisters. You never know what they're going through. And our job as a sisterhood is to be that vessel to help guide them wherever they're going and bring them back. If that's what we need to do, but we need to become a sisterhood, and we need to just start looking out for one another, spread love and peace. That's it.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. And we are so excited to see you in the second half. Hey, that's exactly how we feel with the return of Women Gather 2022. Hey, hey, hey.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Well, I hope you had a nice stretch of your legs. I hope you enjoyed the libations out there. The food was excellent. The tea was sweet, and we are ready to get back at it. So, coming right up right now, one of these artists, well, I should say our next artist, but many of our artists that you see here tonight have been with us in previous events of the Women Gather. So some of our artists have been with us since the beginning, and some have come in the second and third installment of the Women Gather. Our next artist to come up tonight is a mother, a grandmother, a business owner, a social worker, a poet, an activist, an actress. And she is a person who really loves people. If you have not had a chance to experience, I'm let me get done. If you have not had a chance to experience the energy and the effervescence of our next artist, you're in for a treat. We are going to welcome everyone. Join me in welcoming to the microphone Shirley Farrell.
Hello, good evening. I am Shirley Farrell, and I am so delighted that you come here today with us. The Women Gather is an event dear to my heart for many reasons. The very first being I'm a woman. Hey. And the second is so are most of you. And we have not always been given our due. Okay, let's just say it. Not always. But thanks to the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, that is being rectified. Woo! So, my first piece, contrary to that wonderful, happy sounding person they were describing, is not so happy. But here it is. It is Broken Pieces. Yes, I've been broken into pieces. It felt like was stepping on my soul and my spirit until my rock crumbled and it became itsy bitsy gravel pieces of me. Bitter, hurt, disappointed, mad, frustrated, evil, some said. And they were probably correct. And I was probably also correct because life had dealt me some blues that I had no idea what to do. And I was angry and I was frustrated. I couldn't figure my way out. And so have some of you been also. But guess what? I am still standing. Yes, after many years of fighting back, damning and checking whoever dared to try to stop me. Really? My growth? My progress? Yeah, I said, damn them. They don't control me. And I kept pushing and kicking and screaming. And guess I won some fights. I lost some battles. And my struggle continues like yours. But I'm still kicking, fighting. Maybe today I'll win. That's that piece. Hey. This next one, again, so many things happened to all of us during the pandemic and the shutdown. Like some of you, I live alone. Empty nester, they call me. Yeah, we kick children out, lock the door now. We're a little sad because they're gone. But sometimes I think the pandemic did some good. It gave a lot of us an opportunity to think, to meditate on our situations. We were no longer having to rapidly do this and that and this and that. It gave us an opportunity, hopefully, to gain some perspective And this next piece is perspective. Sometimes when I sit on my front porch and I see my neighbor's trees looking all tall and majestic, their trunks all vivid black, leaves all vibrant green, leafy, I feel some kind of way. But then I realize I have a tree. My tree towers over my house, and it is as vivid and vibrant and green and taller, more majestic than any other tree on the street. Matter of fact, my tree is actually the best looking tree. The thing of it is, I can't see it like that from my porch. So when I'm sitting on my porch and I'm looking at my neighbor's trees, they seem awesome and gigantic and powerful. But then I get off my porch and I walk down to the street level. You see, I have to go down 20 plus steps to get to ground level so I can look up and see my tree in its entirety. Because it's so high from my porch, I can only see a portion of my tree. I have to go down to street level and look up to see my glorious, awesome tree. Other folk ain't got nothing on me. It's all perspective, you see. And that's that piece. So as was mentioned, I've been a part of the Women Gather from its inception. I got to know Evelyn Dilworth Williams as a part of that process. And she became not just a fellow performer, but a dear friend. She became an encourager and a supporter of my business. She showed herself to be concerned for the community that we live in. Shortly after the last Women Gather, she came to my shop and we talked about the need for more classes, education about Black history. And she was a walking book. And as we continued to talk, she said that she would be willing to come to my shop and utilize space to teach Black history to young people between the ages of 21 and 35. We wanted to target them. It was the last conversation we had. I have generally done a bit of song from Sweet Honey in the Rock on each of the performances. Most of you have heard of them, but not everyone. Sweet Honey in the Rock's an a cappella activist spiritual group from the late 60s, 70s with many, many songs of encouragement and support. And this is just a bit of one. And I do this for you, Missy. Can't no one know at sunrise how this day is going to end. Can't no one know? Oh, at sunset, if the next day will begin. Say it with me now. Can't no one know?
as sun rise, how this day's going to end. Can't no one know as sunset if the next day will begin. Ain't no one know at a sunrise how this day's going to end. Can't no one know at sunset if the next day will begin.
And we don't know what the next day was going to bring for us. And we don't know what is above the horizon for us. And we don't know. So we take pleasure and honor in the Women Gather right now. Again, let's give another hand. Next, I'd like for you to help me welcome to the mic another poet who has been here for several of the Women Gather events. Our author, she's an author. Well, see, is she an author? Yeah, she's an author. Let me tell you a little bit about our next artist. Her name is Shantika Latrice, and she's been here before on this stage several times. And a little bit about her. She is a storyteller. She is an artist. She works in the realm of spoken word. She is a visual storyteller. She is a cultural curator. She is also a griot. She weaves words. We've been talking about words, sound, and power all night. She is a new language in an old font. Okay? A new language in an old font. So check that out. So really, she's ancient. In a good way. That's what we want. We want ancient. We want ancient. You gonna bring us something that's ancient?
Come on now.
You gonna bring us something that's been walking around on the earth for a long time?
Come on now.
You gonna bring us something with some mojo?
Come on now.
You gonna bring it? I think she's gonna bring it. Everyone, please welcome to the mic, Shantika.
Thank you. Thank you. How y'all doing this evening? Okay, I'm gonna take off my glasses so I can see faces. Oh, y'all look good. Let me tell y'all something. It's a beautiful thing to get up here every time and look out and see. I know you guys are looking at us, but it's absolutely filling to look out at you guys and just to see your faces and to move, to watch you move, and that fills us. So I appreciate that. Thank you. So we were over there cutting up, and this is something that an awareness that I have about Miss Dilworth not being here. When I first became a part of this, I was the youngest, the second youngest. We had little Halo. Halo is not little anymore. She is full grown, a graduate of Howard University, but I was the second youngest. And I would sit over here on the end where I was sitting. And of course, it was Miss Shirley and Miss D. Miss Dilworth, Miss Evelyn, Miss Nance, Dr. Nance, Miss Priscilla Cooper, and all of all of our elders would sit up here. But let me tell you what would happen. As we cut up, Miss Evelyn would eventually make her way down to sit in between us. And The first year I paid no attention to it, but the second year I was like, this is intentional. She is like, y'all better quit cutting up in here. And it wasn't a cut it up, but she was like, listen, I need y'all to pay attention to everybody that stepped to this mic. And I love that about her, because every time I got off, she would be like, okay, don't listen to them. Don't worry about that. You got another chance. Just another chance to go up here, because I used to beat myself up. One, because I stepped on this mic and didn't realize that I deserved to be on the mic or on a program with all of these people. So it was a confidence thing that she instilled in. She was uber encouraging. I'm talking about that you knew she loved you on this stage and off. When you saw her in public, you knew that was genuine love. And that's something that I decided to hang on to and carry with me. I missed that last performance with them. And since then, there has been a collective gap. The losses have created a gap. And that's what my writing has been filled with, filling holes for the gaps that I have. So these next two pieces are fresh. And yeah, we're going to get through them. So this first piece is called In Company. I hear you calling. I hear you calling me. We got to stop meeting like this. Waking wilted spirits, 3 degrees from behind Venus. We seated in circles within constellations opposite Mars. We new moon in Libra. Unlearning to relearn. Swaying to the beat of feet on solid ground. Swell full in this darkness. Father, we remind the other that we are a shared experience. That's energy, a frequency. What whistles and skips carries our air, a sound that only we can hear as the swift wind swells full. In company, I'm hearing sound and energy. Our Ella Fitzgerald scatting samba rhythms. There, we are the cracked tears of this blue-bodied atmosphere pouring light. The sound and beat of feet on solid ground, an agreement that we know nothing of tomorrow. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna jump into it. I think it was Salam's piece that kind of sort of gave me the push, because I was gonna change this. That's why I brought my phone. I was gonna do something else, but I did that all the time when I came here. And so I said, stick to the program. So we're gonna stick to the program. This piece is called Worshiper. What I do know about a lot of the losses or the holes that I'm trying to fill is that they were worshipers. Not church building, not rules or regulated, but lived experience. They were, you knew what it was, but to be a worshiper is to be without this rigid ideology of religiousness. So here we go. There is nothing religious about being called to worship, charged with the duty of sacrifice, to honor yourself as you honor the Most High, this charge to keep witnessing. When the light is dimmed by sight, clouds, sound clouds, your hearing as downloads of Psalms. They say the chosen are few, and we are counted not by the number or deed, but by seeds planted in despair. An awareness that authenticity is a frequency. We are not the many. We are not the understood. We are set apart. We are righteous. We are righteous indignation with our praise. We are honored to be carriers, living vessels of visitation, the witness of consistency, the example of live now. For A is suspended in disbelief. We are gifted with diamonds on our backs because people would rather see us going than coming. And because we are swayed by spirit and not people, we keep showing up. We sing loud, sewing notes with strings offered as weaving thread for intention. We must be pure in heart because we see God moving through spaces like popcorn, kerneling for the herd, beckoning for participation. We are not entertainers. This is labor. This is sacrificing of self. This is word, praise manifested, literally and figuratively. We are the embodiment of the call. Yeah, praise is a spectator sport, but to worship. We do not do this for the edification of others, but for the edification of ourselves. Worship is a group effort, a team sport, because there has to be two or more on one accord. There has to be two for three to be in the midst. This ain't no ritual. This ain't no talk, empty talk or idleness. This ain't no ritual. This ain't no tradition passed down that you ain't tried for yourself. This is relationship. This is called before birth. This is steps laid out for you to choose your path. This is the long way home. This is strong concordance 12 Bakash, the search out by any method, the inquisition of authenticity, the dragging of ego by public humiliation, the desire for a clean heart, so that when we move in season, the path is clear to debris. The last psalm says, "Let everything that has breath praise the Lord," but the revelation of that text, the revelation of that text is only those with a relationship can worship.
Ashe. Ashe. We are moving forward in tonight's presentations, and I think that your heart should be full and you should be edified because really we're having church. Our next poet to come to the mic is Tania Russell. Tania Russell. I want to say that, is this your first time at the Women Gather? Give her a hand, people. Now, I was a little bit curious about Tania Russell because I said, this is a new name to the Women Gather. So I'm excited to hear what you are going to gift us with. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. Oh, y'all are warm. Okay, the energy is warm here. So yeah, my name is Tania Deshawn. That means Queen to whom God is gracious. And I've been kind of on this like self-discovery kind of journey. And one of the things that I pray for is for my eyes to be open and my ears to be open and my heart to be open, especially in this pandemic when things have been so closed off and we've kind of had to like get back in touch with ourselves and rediscover ourselves. So one of the things I did when I was getting ready for this, I was like, I need something new to wear. I'm not really that kind of person. And who did I run into? Miss Shirley. Miss Shirley is something else. She had me strutting up and down to her store. I love her. And then something else, I kept hearing God say something like, it's the shoulders you stand on. Like I kept hearing that and it kept bothering me. So I stayed up last night writing a poem for y'all. So here we go. Hercules might have the ideal shoulders, but Greek gods have nothing on Harriet Tubman, laid in a coffin to secure freedom, built a home in the fearless mind of a woman, beat so bad she started to have seizures. We stand on Tubman's skinny, scarred shoulders. And this is one part. When I say women are told we can't, I want to hear you say, I know we can. When women are told we can't, I know we can. You're right, we can. We stand on soft, round, sanctified shoulders of Ella Baker, mother of the civil rights movement. We girls and women lead like Maxine, Katanji, Stacy, and we aren't waiting for anyone to give us what we cannot give ourselves, our place written into the Constitution. Watch our grace transform your literature into action when women are told we can't. Yes, I know you can. We stand on shoulders that hold sacred pens. Harriet Jacobs, born into slavery, took control over her own narrative before a Me Too movement. Jacobs paved the way for our Issa Rae's, Ava DuVernay's when women are told we can't. Yeah, you're right. I know we can. We stand on Appalachian shoulders so gargantuan they can't be hidden in no mountains or hollers. Crystal Wilkinson taught me that I am the perfect Black. Bell taught me how to give myself the love I've often dreamed of. We stand on steel shoulders, stronger than any iron created at Sloss Furnace. Yogi Dada with a bow and cello in her hands. Ashley M. Jones showing there's no gate or keeper that can lock away a Black woman's voice. Angela Davis, we found the roots of love for self in America. Called us radical when women are told we can't. Y'all are right, we can. We stand with spine straight, speaking with our diaphragms, brimming with confidence, our faith for the future. Because Hercules might have the best shoulders, but Greek gods have nothing on women who came before us and the women who walk among us.
The Women Gather welcomes Tania Russell. So we're going to do something a little bit different tonight. So just stay where you are. But at this moment, we're going to bring up another veteran of the stage with us tonight. She's been here before. She's been on this stage. She's been on several other stages. She's done some modeling. She's done some speaking. She's done some poetry. I am talking about none other than Dee Smith.
Well, she did tell I did from home. I know. Y'all weren't ready for that one. Y'all doing all right tonight. It is a blessing to be back on this stage right here. It is a blessing to be back on this stage right here. Some things have changed about me because the last time I was here, I could see real good. I got a little older now, y'all. All right. This first piece is written by me. I should have had it to remember, but I don't. So, okay, here it is. Let's go. Y'all ready? Let's run. This piece is called Stand. I'm tired of seeing my people suffer. Not just brothers and sisters, but also others. I'm tired of seeing the homeless on the streets. I'm tired of seeing our kids without hot, home-cooked meals to eat. And I think if we break the chains of ignorance, we'll rid the world of the things that hinders us. And I won't stand here acting like I'm holier than thou. But there's too many kids out here in these streets that are going without a mother, a father, a grandmother, a grandfather. See, the ones that get together and have fun, I remember those fathers that would take their sons and they would take them out fishing, right? But nowadays, y'all know where they get their fish? Right out the kitchen sink, fresh out the box. Some of our boys don't know what fishing is. And what happened to the Miss Annies and the Miss Janies and the Miss Marys and the Miss Bessies and so many more Miss Ladies that sold the penny candy, but yet would pull the girls inside when they saw them doing wrong and try to redirect them? What happened to them? What happened to the moms that taught us respect without being degrading, and we never had to worry about the words, oh, she just hated? The world has been flipped, rolled, and turned upside down. The kids have become killers in every part of town. We've lost the real meaning of family because the parents of today hardly know where their children be. Dropped off to mingle, unsupervised, fights break out, death, and then surprise. Headline news reads, another mother cries. Rest in peace t-shirts with dated stickers on their rise with expiration dates. It's hard to see a silver lining each time a child dies. It's time to show these children what they need to see. Y'all need to get up and stand, even if you don't want to stand with me. Let's give them knowledge, wisdom, power, love, honor, and God. We've got to grab these kids and teach them how to do things and teach them how to resolve. We need to show them resolutions that doesn't require the screams and the shouts, how to shake hands, how to hug, and how to talk things out. Let's make changes for our next generation's sake, for we know not the hour nor the day if it'll be our lives that the young people will take. United, we stand. Divided, we will surely fall. Y'all need to get up and stand for something. Because if you don't bother, nobody else will bother at all. I'll shame.
Well, I tell you, it's been really something in here tonight. It's been very cathartic, and it's also been inspirational. Right now, I'm going to introduce to you one of the coordinators of this event, and we're excited that this is happening. And a very important person that has made all of this happen is Michelle Craig. If you do not, now, if you don't know who Michelle Craig is, you see her running around this place doing all kinds of things. Okay, she's on the phone, she's in the shop, she's in the office, she's in the gallery, she's on, she's doing all this stuff all the time, and she's making it happen here. She's part of this team that makes everything pop here at the Civil Rights Institute, and so we're very honored that you pulled this all together for us tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to Michelle Craig.
Good evening. As we've stated all night, we're here to honor Honorable Miss Evelyn Dilworth Williams. And what we want to do is present to her family a picture, not necessarily a portrait. This is one of her last performances here at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute before she passed and became one of our ancestors. And so her son wants to say just thank you to you guys and acknowledge the night. So we're going to give them the opportunity to do that.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Christopher Williams. I'm the eldest son of Evelyn Dilworth Williams and Thomas Williams. On behalf of my dad, who's back here, my brother Jeffrey, and I, we're totally blessed to be here with you guys and all you beautiful women, your performances. And my mother was truly in this room tonight. We're just blessed for the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute for this honor on my mother. So thank you very much.
And so we're presenting that beautiful photo as well as these flowers to you guys. And then also there is a book that was floating for those who wanted to write a beautiful message to Miss Kendall Williams, her granddaughter. And so this is about, as Miss Priscilla Hancock Cooper said, passing that torch. And so we want to be encouraging to Kendall so that she can keep her grandma's legacy going. So we'll put the book back out so you guys, if you want to leave an encouraging message for her, and then we're going to present that book to her as well. Thank you. I'm back. We also have a wonderful surprise. Can Miss Priscilla Hancock Cooper come sit on the stage, please?
Shantika. Okay, for the piece. Have a seat, honey. Sit down, baby. I ain't gonna tell y'all what she said, but we cuts up. Like Shantika said before, we cuts up. We've been cutting up a long time. Hey, stuff right here. Now I listen. I don't even know what to start this lady right here. I'm gonna step up here because she know I don't need no microphone. Never have, never will. Cause I'm loud. God gifted me this voice He gave me right here, so I can talk to y'all anytime, anywhere I want to. So I'm a little loud sometimes. Okay, that's my trademark. But project it, girl. Throw it to the wall and bring it back. But this lady right here, let me tell y'all. I'm gonna give you something really quickly because this is important for you to me. Good, put your glasses on. God, I can't do it. Well, the women gather started years ago, and I got with her after I met her. When I first met her, I had heard about her. I had heard her voice, and y'all know I got this strong voice and it's deep, and I got teased when I was young. Good, you sound like a man. I heard that a lot growing up, and I was a tiny little thing. Well, they did an audition here for Call Me Black Woman, and I found out about it the day of. No headshot, no bio, just showed up. They put a bunch of us in the room and just say something about yourself. Here I am, my liberty self. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am strong. That's all I can say over and over again because I wasn't prepared. So then they picked the little final people that they wanted to come back in and read. And they chose me. I was like, okay, I am beautiful. I am strong. So I went back in there. I didn't know who she was. All I knew it was for Priscilla Hancock Cooper. Never met her. All right. So I get a phone call driving on the interstate. A couple of days later said, is this Dolores? Yeah. We have a role for you for Call Me Black Woman. They only picked 4 people. Not only did they pick 4 people to do her baby that she had never let anyone do before, she performed with us, y'all. I was in heaven, showed up for the first rehearsal, and here she goes. Hi, I'm Priscilla. Oh, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. My heart was like this. Why she here? Now I'm nervous, but we rocked that show and we did it. And listen, I am forever grateful because she gave me that platform. It opened other doors for me. And as of today, through her personal friend, Jackie Lockhart, I have been afforded to do another role in a stage play, y'all. From her friend. So that's what she did, open some doors for me. So I was going to do this piece by myself, but I had to, girl, come on, stop playing. Because I know she loves Priscilla too, so we're going to do this thing together. Let's go.
When you look at me, I wonder, what do you see? A mother, a lover, a page from history? When I see myself, I know who I must be. Daughter of Sojourner Truth. My people's sweetest fruit. Sister of Fannie Lou Hamer, who wouldn't want to claim her? I am a sister, as bad as can be. A beautiful Black sister. You see?
Yes, I see.
Now, when I think of all that I've been through, enslaved, mistreated, and made to sing the blues, I think it's about time I collected my dues. Put on a business suit. Now, don't I look cute? In dress, in African dress. I know I outshine the rest. I am a sister, as bad as can be. A beautiful Black sister. That's me. Now, brothers, they want to know the secrets of our mystique. They watch us and they woo us just to get a peek. And when they think about us, oh, it really makes them weak. Perfume of sandalwood. You know we're looking good. We gave the meaning to style. Watch out now. Here we go. Look at that. Brother, you'll crawl a mile for my smile. Look at this smile. I am a sister. As bad as can be. A beautiful Black sister. That's me. Just thinking of how we made it through the storm. And even with So many reasons to be alarmed.
Now we know that this old life can't do us no harm.
We bend but never break,
And we sing through the heartache.
able to bear the cross.
We give hope up to the lost.
I am a sister,
as bad as can be, a beautiful black sister.
You
see?
see?
I can't do that. Y'all can't do that. I can't do that one. I'll break down on that one right there. Y'all got that.
Good evening. All right, fantastic. It is such an honor to join you this evening. My name is Isaac Cooper. I'm the chairman of the board of directors, and my job is to do what she said she didn't want to do, read this proclamation. And to be honest, prior to coming up here, I do have to say this, Miss Priscilla. So when I joined the board, I was actually the youngest board member in the history of the Institute. I met a few of you this evening. You said, no, you ain't the board. You ain't on the board. You can't be the chairman. Yes, that is true. The limited facial hair, it all fits the equation. There was a moment in a day that I've never shared this with you, Miss Priscilla, that I would never forget. And it was actually my first day on the board, meeting, all these different executives and individuals that have influence. And of course, there is some type of ism that we all deal with, right? Ageism, racism, in some form of fashion, right? And Miss Priscilla looked at me and said, I'm so proud of you. This was my first day. But it gave me something to live towards, right? She set a standard that in regards of an expectation of my output. I'm so proud of you. And this was what? It was about 5-6 years ago, huh? Woo! And I'm grateful of those words because those words I lived with, I took with me. It is still inside me. And so as we sit here during Women's History Month, it is an honor to be able to read this proclamation on behalf of the board. Whereas the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute Board of Directors recognize the extraordinary contributions that Priscilla Hancock Cooper has made as interim president and CEO, vice president of institutional programs, and ongoing advisor. Whereas Priscilla has provided the original script for the permanent exhibitions in the Institute's historic galleries and created the Legacy Youth Leadership Docent Training Program for high school students. And whereas Priscilla has served as the founding director of the Birmingham Cultural Alliance Partnership, winning multiple national awards, including the Coming Up Trailer, Scholarship Art and Writing Award, as well as the Save Our History Award. And we got a couple more of those, so hold on to your seatbelt. Whereas Priscilla created the Institute's Youth Performing Ensemble and served as director of this program, which empowered young people to teach the lesson of the modern day civil rights movement using performing arts. And as Priscilla has led the foundation for the Alabama African American Civil Rights Heritage Sites Consortium and fostered its growth from an accolade of extraordinary cultural significance to a full-scale of preservation project and nonprofit in 3 regions of our great state. And whereas Priscilla has been an instrumental mentor for countless young women who have long-standing careers with her guidance in the museum and preservation arenas for nearly 3 decades. And whereas Priscilla has been an essential innovator with current and past efforts to tell the Birmingham civil rights story, a direct reflection of her passion and devotion to education, the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute Board of Directors want to demonstrate a fitting tribute to all the contributions that Priscilla has made. Now, therefore, I, Isaac Cooper, Chair of the Board of Directors, do hereby declare that the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute adopt this proclamation naming Priscilla Hancock Cooper with the distinction of the Odessa Woolfolk Honor of Influence and provide appropriate signage of the interior of facility designated as such. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand to be affixed on this 24th day of March of 2022.
My name is Joanna Thompson, and I have the honor of serving as the president and CEO here at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. And I feel emotional. And maybe I just feel full of spirit, not so much emotional. Because when I first started on my journey years ago, I had the opportunity as my first assignment, I was working for the city of Birmingham. They said, hey, we're going to do an event called Tragedy to Triumph. And we're going to highlight what happened with the 4 little girls at the 16th Street Baptist Church. And we're going to work with the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute and others to get this done. And they sent me, a 22-year-old, fresh out of college at Berea College, over to come work with Dr. Lawrence Peugeot and what I would find to be the only one and only Priscilla Hancock Cooper. That was 20 years ago. I never expected to then be asked to stand as the president and CEO at this institute. One of the first things I knew I had to do was call and get some wisdom, because you don't run a place like the BCRI. You serve it, you live it, you sacrifice it. And no one has done that quite like Miss Priscilla. Her spirit is just all through here. Her determination, her grit, her excellence, and the demanding of excellence. We're still trying to live up to it. Tonight, I had the honor to be a chair for the transition team for Mayor Woodfin, and found that we had the same event happening at the same time. And I told my team, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I will not miss the Women Gather, because it's something powerful that happens when women gather, and you knew that. And so it's an honor to be here. Ms. Priscilla, the proclamation, as you've heard it from our board chair, it talks about all the things that you've done. And I'm only here to stand about all the things that will happen because of you in the future. That we are picking up your torch. We are reading the things that you left us to read, and we're reimagining and we're redefining. And you hear me all the time say, I just be wanting to make sure Miss Priscilla is happy. I just want to make sure she feels we're going in the right direction. I just want her to feel like she can trust us with the weight and the mantle of the work here. And her work and who she is and how she operates, it's so pure. It just comes from a wellspring that it's not something we get to experience as much anymore. And so you want to guard it, you want to respect it, and you want to preserve it. So I want you to know that your legacy, it lives on. I am fighting to make sure that the BCRI, the things that you understood was necessary, not just for our community to reflect on, but indeed the world. The projects and the programs that she has spearheaded along with others have reached so far beyond the limits of the city of Birmingham. We get calls from South Africa and all these other places because of people like Miss Priscilla. And so I would not say that I'm ready to step in her shoes. Some big shoes to fill. But I am carrying her purse. I'm carrying her book bag. I'm carrying all of her satchels. I'm putting my hands to work. I told them when I came here, I didn't come with a cape on. I came with gloves because it's a lot of work to do. And this work is sacred. I want you to know that we appreciate all the sacrifice that you put forth and that you're still putting forward to steer us and to guide us. We honor you. We honor you in the spirit of the ancestors that was here before that helped to start this, the family who was here, to all the women who gathered. I was so happy to see Shantika. I didn't even know. But this is the thing. These are the kinds of things that people were wondering, does the Institute still do? And still have spirit and still have space for these kinds of, yes, we do. We will continue to be that open, sacred space for people to come and have experiences. We appreciate you. We thank you. We honor you. Thank you so much.
Michelle. Yeah. Okay. They got me. Let me just say that. And Michelle.
Yes. She really got you.
Miss Priscilla, you're gonna be around because we need you to wrap up, and sometimes you might dip out. Yes, Michelle, I'll stay. They got me.
We love you.
I love you. And my son is here, Edward, one half of a twin pair. I'm really I'm speechless, which is really unusual. But I'm deeply appreciative. And, I believe in that gives me my flowers while I yet live. I was not expecting to get flowers. And I'm rambling. But I'm a transplant to Birmingham, even though I've been here 30-something years, and my standard line is, y'all almost let me call it home. But the legacy of this place is so powerful. And I don't mean just the Institute, I mean this city and this community and the people who make it so. It's so powerful. And a lot of times I felt that, like so many things, we don't realize our own power. But people truly come from around the world to try to understand how Birmingham was able to move beyond Birmingham. How did that happen? How is that possible? You see what's happening in Ukraine. So how is it possible that Birmingham was able to move forward? Everybody always, we have a long way to go, but remembering where we've been is the fuel to move us forward. When we get discouraged, and yes, a lot going on, and but look at where we've been. And my thing is, how dare we not move forward? When we think about, I can't imagine what it was like to know my children could be taken away from me. I can't imagine what it was like to know that the man who may have forced himself on me to father a child would then sell that child into slavery. I can't imagine that pain. And yet, here I stand. Here we stand. And I have every confidence. And yes, I will say something. Yes. And Isaac, I didn't know that. I meant it. I am proud of you. And I believe in passing the torch. And I say all the time, I'm ready to sit on my porch and dispense wisdom. Even though retirement seems to elude me. But we have, and I really am. I just, we have to believe in our young people. We have to believe in them. And my colleagues that I work with within the consortium, a lot of, one of the things they said was we must engage young people. But to people, the elders in the room, they can't get into the space if you still standing in it. If you standing here, it's no room for them. So we have to step back. People stepped back from me, believed in me, uplifted me, and we have to be willing to do that. Yeah. So that's my challenge. That's my word. Asante Sana. Thank you all so much. I'm really overwhelmed.
Us in honor of Miss Priscilla Hancock Cooper and all of her accomplishments here at the BCRI. We are so glad that you stayed with us tonight because you did not know this was going to happen. So this was really a treat. You have witnessed history tonight. You really have. So thank you so much for staying with us. But we are not done. We are not done. We have one more treat for you. We have one more treat for you. And you need to be ready to get up, to dance, to move. So you're going to, stretch your legs for this last bit. So we're making some space for you. In the house, we have Sahi Ankajoni. Now, I know you may say, Sahi, what? Sahi Ankajoni. Sahi Ankajoni has graced the stages here in the past. They've done several events here in the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, but not just here. They have been all over the city and all over Alabama performing and educating people about our culture through drums, through history, through movement. Sahi Ankajoni was formed in 1999 by Barry Johnson. Now, Barry Johnson is known as Baba Barry, and we love and appreciate him because he is a community staple. Asahi Akajoni is a West African cultural enrichment program targeting at-risk youth in the Birmingham area. So really, this started out as targeting children that lived in public housing, but this program has expanded to schools, to other institutions or organizations, and really truly mentoring young people and bringing them from one step on into adulthood. The mission statement is to learn and preserve West African dance, drumming, and folklore. Now, when we talk about dance, drumming, and folklore, we really bring it in the concept and the notion of the griot, the community storyteller, the community historian, and also the arts, which is our culture, which is our dance and our movement. Maria Sullivan is the lead dancer and choreographer for Sahi Ankajoni. Now, you've seen Maria performing all around Birmingham. Whenever you see Brother Barry, you're going to see Sister Maria, and they're going to be working together. You cannot separate this group here. They are truly a family, and they come as a unit. And one more thing about Sister Maria, she's also a member of National Hookup of Black Women. Had to get that to you. So Maria Sullivan has been dancing since the age of 13. She started dancing with Natifa Dance Company when she was 13 years old. Now she is the lead choreographer for the dance company, but there are other dancers in the company who are dynamic as well. So we love to have all of our sisters with us. So before we go any further, I want to make sure we're ready. We don't need to bring anything up here. We're good. Okay, we got the whole set. Flash. Mhm. All right. So without further ado, we're going to bring to the stage Sahi Ankajoni. End our night. That is the best way to end our night. Give them another hand. That is a lot of energy they put out. We want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. You have been with us the entire night from the beginning to the end. You have had a chance to witness some awesome events tonight with honoring of Miss Evelyn Dilworth Williams, with also honoring Miss Cooper as well. We are excited and happy that you have joined us. The Women Gather is a Women's History Month event. So we look forward to you visiting with us again next year for the Women Gather. But before then, please make sure that you visit the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, take a tour, visit the gift shop, tell friends about it, like, share, follow us on social media, follow us on YouTube, get involved, get your children involved, become a volunteer, learn more about the Institute and support the Institute because this is a community resource, as you can tell. Give yourselves a hand tonight for being here. Before we leave, I think we have all right. Before we leave, again, we want to thank everyone for being here. If you have not had a chance to talk to our artists, please get a chance to speak to the artists who performed tonight and follow and like them on social media as well, because they're all doing things in the community. And we look forward to your visit. We look forward to your support. And we thank you for supporting the Women Gather. Have a good evening.